Korean musicians are making major inroads into the world of classical music, sweeping most global competitions. The latest to make this mark is our Globalist today, conductor Song Min-kyu. In October, Song won the first prize at the prestigious Guido Cantelli International Conducting Awards. Known as a platform for young conductors to launch their global careers, we talked to Song about his achievement and how he expects to take the world of conducting into the future. So welcome, Conductor Song, to the Globalist.
Thank you very much for having me.
So you come from a long line of very well-known Korean conductors, starting with Maestro Chung. How do you feel about, making this mark?
Firstly, thank you very much for phrasing it that way. I'm very honored to win the competition, not just the first prize, but also Orchestra prize and a management prize. Yes.
That's right. You won actually 2 major prizes. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
But I hear Maestro Chung Myung-whun was your incentive to actually start down this career?
Yes, I dreamt to be a conductor since I saw him conducting Brahms' First Symphony. And since that, I decided to be a conductor. And I was trying to take a sign from him.
Oh, you wanted him to give you his signature?
Yes, I waited for a long time after a concert when I was 15.
Oh, wow.
And then he came out, and then I was brave enough to ask him, can I go to your rehearsal in the Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra? So he said, okay, why not? And then he gave me the number of his manager, and then I contacted her. And yeah, that was first meet with him. Yes.
Wow. And that sort of launched your career in a way.
Yeah, he was definitely one of my idol when I was young. Yes.
So the Guido Cantelli Awards, it seems like a very unique platform. I saw that its mission was really to launch the global careers of young conductors. So what does it mean for a young conductor to win first prize?
Well, actually, if you see the names of the previous winners, their careers were flying high. The 2 last previous edition, there were Tianyi Lu. She also one of the most busiest conductor in now. And if you see there's Riccardo Muti, Adam Fischer, there's so many great conductors of the winners. It's unique that the competition has the management prize, which what you want from the competition is you want to get a concert.
Yeah.
You want to be a conductor, giving concerts. So the mission of the management is significantly important for the conductor.
So that's the first time that the awards introduced this prize. So you are the first winner.
Wow, I've been very honored.
Yeah.
They were given by Mark Hildrew from Askenas Holt and Nicolas Matthias from IMG. They are both very famous agents, and also the 2 companies are big top managements. So I was very honored, also very surprised.
So this allows a conductor, young conductor, who has won the prize to be linked to a management company so that management company will then take this conductor and allow the conduct major orchestras around the world.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah?
So there were like reception after the competition, and two were there, and I talked with them, and they were very talked to with me very positively. They said I will touch with you, and I'm contacting with them right now. Yes.
I hear there were more competitors. I guess it was because it's the first time in a couple of years that it was launched.
Yes.
240, which is the biggest number that they've ever had. What was the pressure like? What do you do to become the first prize winner?
When I applied, I had no idea there was like 241 people are applying. So I was like, okay, as a young conductor, you have to like try everything. So I applied and waited for the result. And someday I got a call. Usually they email, but I called the international call. But I thought like it's spam. But then it was like from Italia. So, okay, it should be like spam.
So you send them a tape of yourself conducting.
Yes.
And so they preview your tape.
Yes, they watch every conductor's conducting videos, and they see the qualities of the conducting skills, and they called me, and it was from Guido Cantelli, and they said, okay, you're invited, and I was surprised and happy. And then I had a little bit pressure because I saw the list of the candidates, 18 candidates for the first round. They were like huge names. They were like already like had a position in Germany, or like principal conductors. I was like, okay, wow, if I win this competition, it will be huge. Yeah, that was the first pressure I had. Yeah.
So after that video, judging, so then what happens? Do you actually go and then start practicing with a real orchestra?
Yes, you have like repertoires that you have to conduct for like first round and semi-final and finals. It was like they told me, I think it was 2 months ago or 3 months from the competition. So I had a time to study, but yet I didn't have time because I had another competition which I won the second prize in Hiroshima.
In Japan.
In Japan, yes. I had also studied that repertoires, and I also had other concerts and also project with Korean National Opera. So I was like, too busy to like study the repertoires, but I learned the repertoires. And first round, you get 50 minutes to conduct, and you can also rehearse, and they see the quality of your bottom technique, like musical expressions, how do you conduct, and also how you speak with the orchestra and how you like react with the orchestra in 15 minutes.
A lot to judge in 15 minutes.
Yes. And then they decided 8 person to go to a semi-final. Then we got 40 minutes, like 20 minutes and 20 minutes. And then we could a little bit rehearse and then also like conduct. And the final was the concert. So we had 80 minutes, 80 minutes to rehearse the orchestra and the concert.
So that process, how many, is it days or weeks or?
It was 1, 2, 3, 4 days.
Wow.
4
So
days.
it's like immediately one after another, one after another.
Yes, it was tough, yes.
You talk about your interaction with the orchestra, but I also heard that you were favored by participating musicians and received the Orchestra Award, which means that your rapport with the orchestra members itself was quite good.
Yeah.
Now, as a young Korean, and obviously the orchestra was mostly European.
Yes, Italian.
As a young Korean, isn't that a huge pressure?
Well, the prize means a lot to me since you said it. The orchestra is international. Most of them were Italians, and I'm sure they have like a pride of like, classical music is also like part of the big part of European culture. It's now became international culture, but it's like, I think the pride is in these people.
Yeah.
And being like acknowledged from them or like approved from them, and it's huge meaning for me.
It means that you made quite a huge impression on.
I think
because
so, yeah.
Because a conductor is
Yeah.
sort of a leader, you
Yes,
know,
yes.
in terms. So you showed them that you have these leadership skills.
Yeah.
How do you think that came about? Because obviously your competitions were also very accomplished.
Yeah, I assume they saw also like beside of like musical and the conducting skill, they saw also how I talk with them, also like how I react, how I watch them. I think it can be like one of the judgment because the rehearsal is also one of the most important thing of the preparing the concert, and the conductor has to convince the orchestra to play how I want and how the music should be played very well. So it's the process of the rehearse is one of the most significant thing. Yeah, thankfully they saw me well.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
It's a very intense communication process
Yes, yes.
between what you think the music should be and how they understand your wishes, really.
Yes, yes.
How do you describe your style in terms of how you communicate with the orchestra?
Well, also as a young conductor, I try to very friendly. Also, if you are just friendly and like doing nothing, it wouldn't be the quality of the conductor. You also have to be sometimes compelling. You have to show how you are inspired of this music, because the energy, it goes to the orchestra.
So this goes to the heart of what the role of a conductor is, really.
Yes, yes.
How do you see the role of a conductor?
You don't make any sound. You have to convince the orchestra as a one mind. In German, you say Klangkörper. That means like Klang is tone, sound. Körper means a body. So it's a one body that sounds. So the orchestra has like from 50 to like 100 people in the orchestra have to make one sound as a one body. So you have to convince them to make so. The old days was like very dictatorship, like you have to do this and like very. But nowadays you have to like be gentle, friendly. Mostly it works with gestures with your hands, because the orchestra is like they're already great musicians. They just need one information how it should be played. So it's like if I gave them like forte like this, then it sounds not very strongly, and it's like this, and then we're like very, you know, it's a different information. So it's like interesting work, like gestures and how they react. And
Is that what you love about conducting?
yes, it's fascinating, magical moment that you imagine something and you show with your hand and your body, the sounds comes like you wished. So it's like magical thing.
So it
as a
rises
conductor.
out of the orchestra.
Yes, yes.
Magic.
It's a magical thing, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. 아무래도 오케스트라 선생님들이 지금 같이 다른 오페라 프로덕션도 같이 하면서 병행하시는 걸로 알고 있는데 많이 힘드셨을 텐데 그래도 같이 이렇게 잘 마무리하고 네, 연주 준비 잘 된 것 같습니다. 이제 갈라 콘서트니까 이제 잘 반주하고 잘 맞춰서 이렇게 무사히 잘 끝나는 게 목표입니다.
2024년 귀도 칸텔리 국제 지휘 콩쿠르라고 있었거든요. 거기서 한국인 최초 우승을 하신 송민규 주자님 먼저 소개해드리도록 하겠습니다. 송민규 주자님.
So we talked about the magic a conductor can feel. I guess it's because of that that some conductors, a lot of the world famous ones, have styles, have a distinct following. I mean, they're sort of magicians. So you think of Bernstein, Karajan, Maestro Chung. Who are your sort of role models? This is the kind of conductor that I would want to be.
Yeah, I think it's one of the tough question for the conductors because there are so many great conductors, so many maestros. But the thing, if I want to learn from anyone, it would be like personality and also like conducting musical interpretation, like, yeah.
How the music sounds in their hands.
Yeah, then I would say Manfred Honeck is one of my role models. He's an Austrian conductor, one of the biggest conductors name in the world right now. I had a chance to assist him. His personality was so nice, how he talks and how he treats the young conductor. I was like really nobody to him, but he was very sincerely, he like heard what I say, and also his interpretation is very fresh and sometimes very deep. It was very new for me when I was see him for first time.
I hear today, after this recording, you are going to conduct the Korea National Opera. After talking about the masters that you admire, how are you bringing your own stamp and character to the Korea Opera?
Well, as an assistant conductor, there is Maestro Philip Ogang is conducting the Wagner's Tannhäuser. I think it's quite rare to hear Wagner opera in Korea. I think it's very great achievement of the Korea National Opera, and it was hard work, hard process to prepare the whole opera. Yeah, it's quite a great experience. I'm conducting with a banda orchestra behind the scene.
Beyond this one, what other performances are you planning?
Well, I conduct with the singers from Korea National Opera Academy with the Cup Orchestra, Korea Cup Orchestra. We will be performing in Blue House. We will be perform the opera gala concert.
These kind of performances, opera galas, although they are in Korea, still enjoyed by the young, there could be more young people visiting opera, going to classical music concerts. Do you feel as a conductor you can do something to maybe induce that kind of interest among a young Korean population?
Oh yeah, that's a huge and also important mission as a classical musician because you can also enjoy without knowing like these pieces. But since it's like the art of interpretation, the art of like technique, so I think you can enjoy more if you know more about the music. Yeah, so I think it will be better if you have a platform to know about the pieces and music. Yes.
There are a lot of concerts these days which combine education with the performance.
Yes.
Is that one of the ways that you sort of draw in a more general audience?
Yes, I think it's one of the great idea to bring the people to educate or give the informations of music.
Give them more knowledge to be able to enjoy it better.
Yeah, it's so much better to enjoy the music. Yes.
Yeah. Especially, I guess, chamber music in which there is no conductor. Yeah, and so people are now thinking, why do we need a conductor in some ways? I know
yes. Yes. No.
You would argue against, but when they ask you, what does a conductor actually do? What's the difference of music with the conductor and without a conductor?
So you have to think the music has to unify their interpretation. So the chamber music is formed 4 or 5 people, or can be more, but they don't need a conductor in terms of they can communicate with themselves. In the rehearsal processing, they can discuss how it should be played. But for the opera or symphonic repertoires, it has from 40, 50 persons to 100 or even more. People, they cannot discuss about how should we play, you know.
Is this right? Is it wrong?
Yes, it will be take months and years, you know. So one conductor decide the music, the interpretation, how it should be played. And also the conductors has a function to inspire them how to play in the concert, with a gesture and just conducting. I think for orchestra, it's significantly important to have a conductor. Also in terms of they have to play in one. Also, they should be also inspired. How should they go and musically express?
I guess it sort of explains the great masters, but depending on the conductor, it can sound the same song, same music, same master.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different. From tempo, dynamic, articulation, character, phrasing, everything can be changed with one conductor.
So sometimes you can hear the music and immediately tell that, oh, someone conducted this. Can you?
Yeah, if I know enough of this conductor, yes. Because from the tempo, from the sound quality, and I think you can also tell which orchestra is played, I think, because orchestra has also
course.
the
Every
own
orchestra
sounds.
has a different.
Yes.
Yeah. Certain very well-known orchestras have a very distinct stamp on their things.
Yeah.
Do you have a stamp, character that you have already, or will you be developing one?
Well, I think I have my own character of my music, but of course, as a young conductor, you have to develop. Develop is conducting job. Is you have to study, learn till you're dying. So it's a long process to deepen your musical ideas, creativeness, and yeah.
So 10 years down the line, what kind of character should we expect from Conductor Song?
I definitely want deepen my musical ideas, also interpretations. Hopefully, I will work with the management that I mentioned. Then I have an opportunity to conduct European orchestras. Hopefully, I will be more mature conductor.
This platform that you won,
Yes.
Where is it going to take you next? Are you going back to Europe?
Well, I hope so. I'm still contacting with management. I got several management messages. I will contact with them, and if they allow me to be in their roster, then I will have a concert in Europe, maybe also in Asia, and hopefully also in USA, America.
So the world stage is now open for you.
I hope very much, yes.
Yeah. Talk about, as a Korean conductor, after you win the first prize at this prestigious conducting awards, I'm sure many ask you, what is it about Korea that allows so many Koreans, and not just in conducting, but in all aspects of classical music, to do so well? What do you think?
Well, that's the same question that I get, Italian interviews. They ask me,
They're all fascinated.
They're like asking why there is so many like Korean young musicians wins the like huge, biggest competitions in the world. Well, it's hard to answer, but I'm saying to them, as an Italian, also they love to sing and they also love music. And I think the Korean also love the music and also love to sing and express their like expressions. And expression is one of the important value in the music if you're a musician. So I think it also applies to your like expressions, how you're playing, how you like sing.
How you conduct.
How I conduct, yes. And also the like passion that Korean have. They work hard. I think that all combined and the combined makes the result that like so many young musicians and conductor like wins the competitions. Yeah.
And will hopefully continue.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, come back after you make your wonderful career in Europe again.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me today.
And that's it for me. I'll be back next week with another globalist who's putting Korea on the map. Son Ji, out.